Masters, guests, I am 59. In April, I will be 60. And I thought that I would be prepping my employer for my impending retirement and planning my hoopla celebration. Yet here I stand before you, and unless I win the lotto, I will not be retiring at 60. Which is a little frustrating because I have said for years, I will not work a day past 60. So, what happened? What went wrong? What is my next goal, and what are the steps that I can take to increase the likelihood that I'll meet that next goal and actually plan a celebration party? So if I look at what went wrong, I could complain that the universe was conspired against me from the get-go. My husband got laid off, which bit into our finances. My health took a complete U-turn, which bit into our finances. And then the market in itself just gave us a big old raspberry like it did so many others, and that took a real big chunk out of our retirement. All of these factors contributed to my inability to retire at 60. But if I'm being totally honest, I did not plan. I did not have a strategy. I might as well have said at the same time, I'm going to retire at 60 and I'm going to buy my granddaughter a unicorn. She would love that. Because it held the same weight. So my next goal is that I will retire at the age of 62 with enough income that my husband and I can live within the means that we currently do for at least 8 years. That's a lot more concrete than just saying, I'm going to retire before I'm 65. I can actually create some goals around that in order to meet that. And in 8 years, when I'm 62, my husband and I, we will be 70 and 75, and at that time, we can kind of re-look at all of our finances, and we can adjust. Because the beautiful thing about goals is that you can adjust along the way. So I know what went wrong. I know what my next goal is going to be. So now what are the steps that I can take in order to actually increase the likelihood that this may actually materialize in a couple of years? First of all, I had to have a vision. How can you say you're going to do something if you don't know what that looks like? I mean, it's fun to say I'm going to retire, but what does that mean? What does that look like? What are we going to do? Because if we don't know what we're going to do, how do we know if we have enough money to do it? I just kind of naturally assumed as I'm going along carefree that I'm going to retire, not going to need as much money. You know, maybe I'll volunteer somewhere. I won't be bored. You hear about all these people being bored. But I actually had to take a good hard look at what retirement looks like. I know that I'm going to spend more time at the grandkids' functions and sports. That's probably not going to take a big chunk. I know that I may get bored, so I will volunteer at the SPCA. And I know that there is going to be golf in my future, and there will be RV trips. We love to go to the national parks, and actually we take our RV to a lot of little 4-day weekends also. So in order to visualize that, I put some questions on some sticky notes and listed, what does retirement look like? And then what is the high-level budget impact of each of those items? Is it gonna cost me a lot? Is it gonna cost me a little? Is it gonna cost me for 5 years or 10 years? So I had this board, and I have my questions across. I have my ideas underneath, and then I have my budget impacts. Now the next step is actually going to our financial advisor and saying, this is what retirement looks like. This is what I know we're going to do. Now how do we get there with the finances that we have? Because from then, we can start reprioritizing everything. And I can take these sticky notes and I can rearrange them on the board. So that's my vision board. I would have loved to have had this beautiful vision board that Coleman has, but I know myself. I would want that too perfect. So I'm a sticky note gal. And you can take pictures of it and put it into some software programs and rearrange it. So that's my vision board. I have my vision, I know my budget impact, I'm going to meet with our financial advisor, we meet with her twice a year, and now we have a concrete plan. At 62, I will be retired, living within the means that we currently do for at least 8 years. I am sure that there are some of you out there who have had goals that you were unable to attain. So write your vision down. Know what it looks like. Know what it means so that you can attain the goal. And in my next speech, part 2, I'm going to tell you my timeline and my very specific goals so that I can retire at 60.